Hey everyone, and welcome to another spooky edition of the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
Ooh, and then we're doing another horror movie. I guess it's a horror movie. It's you said it was Czech. It's a Czech movie.
Pretty sure.
So you better check yourself. This is Valerie and Her Week of Wonders from 1970. Yeah. I think we're both in the same consensus about this movie.
It's an hour and 16 minutes.
It does not feel like an hour. It feels like a week.
I wonder how that is.
Here's a little backstory. I watched this last night, and I've been kind of battling a cold, and I literally drank NyQuil, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie the first half, and I'll watch the second half after my nap or whatever. And then NyQuil's gonna knock me out. Terrible idea. I had to go back on this movie. I had to go back and see, was this scene a dream or was this real? And it was real.
Sure.
Did the grandmother really die like 17 fucking times?
Sort of.
Yeah. Was there a weird like that close girlfriend scene? Was that a thing? Yes, it was.
I just don't get it, man.
I think we're missing something. I think we had to be in 1970 watching this movie because I'm just like
I don't know, man. I really don't.
It has 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
If
we were reviewing it, it would not have you 100%.
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. I really don't.
Yeah.
I feel left out.
I think
That's my big thing is I feel left out of this movie. I feel like there was like a pamphlet that was passed around, or like some sort of fairy tale that everybody knows.
like a Slavic kind of like.
Yeah,
folklore,
I don't know.
Which we don't have.
It's vampires, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't.
It's a movie. I'll straight up say it was interesting the first half, and then it quickly falls apart. It gets very convoluted.
I think it's interesting because you're like, okay, let's see where they go, and they just never go anywhere.
Like you've seen American Horror Story, the first season, right?
No.
Well, any season of American Horror Story, those shows, it's really interesting the first half, especially the first season. It's really interesting, and then somewhere near the halfway point, it just kind of gets like, oh, they're all ghosts. Like, it's like, it's just kind of like this whole like this kind of the repetitive dream. It's just like, oh, okay.
But
that's how I felt for this movie.
I was hoping I didn't have to summarize the plot. I hoped you paid attention.
I was in like a NyQuil,
but I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
So, it follows Valerie.
And she's 13.
She's
apparently
young.
The actress is 13.
Did they say she was 13 in the movie?
Well, the blood on the flower, it kind of makes it think, oh, she's that time of life.
Maybe.
Because it's like, you see, like, pretty much all the old people are kind of monsters. And they're kind of mean and nasty. And the priest does not look like a normal priest. He looks like Satan. There's a lot of sex talk. And it's just, I feel like it's about puberty, I guess.
Maybe.
But then it ends in like a weird, like...
It's so strange.
You remember 40-Year-Old Virgin, how that ends?
Yeah.
That's what this movie ends with. And just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Like, also there's
you don't know what's real and what's not.
There's the lore of vampires, and you're like wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They don't really explain any of that.
If you eat a pearl,
the pearl, the earrings.
So if you kill this vampire, does that mean everyone reverts, or they still? I don't understand. like Valerie was one.
No.
It seemed like she was,
but she wasn't.
I know.
But then she might be.
And then her parents show back up, and you're like, what?
But that's the vampire dude, and then it turns out in the dream that it's.
And then it's also the mother is basically what the grandma looks like as a young vampire.
Well, that makes sense.
I know, but I'm just saying like.
That's the one thing that made sense to me.
No, I'm just like thinking about like when they come back, when they're like, oh, their parents are okay. He's not a bishop or whatever.
Didn't you love the old people makeup?
Oh my god!
You just paint their face white.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like shit on this movie. I just don't think it was for me, man. Like
No. You know what it reminded me of?
I don't even know if it's a good movie.
It has like this. It might just be the camera, the quality of the camera, but it has like this, like that kind of like that dreamlike filter over it, like kind of has like a little blurriness.
The soft focus.
It reminds me of another vampire movie called Subspecies, which is a totally different movie.
Yeah,
it's also a full moon movie, so that tells a lot about it. But it was very reminding because that movie is long too. But I feel like
this one was short.
Yeah, but Subspecies has like claymation monsters, so that's interesting. This one had vampires with really bad teeth.
So I don't know, man. I'm glad you guys requested it.
Yeah, it was.
But I feel left out of this club. I really do.
Yeah, I don't.
There's something in the water that other people feel about this movie that we don't.
I just don't get the hype.
I liked a lot of the images.
Yeah.
And I liked like certain like shots.
Yeah.
But and I like the music. The music's really good.
Yeah, Valerie's fine, I guess. The performances are fine, I guess. Sometimes they're a little campy,
I don't know.
Too much.
Although I do like Ulrich or
Eaglet.
It's the same name.
Yeah.
I like
he's always in peril, it seems.
Yeah, he's always in some really crazy situation. I would have loved to have seen.
I would be like, if I was Valerie, I'd be like, forget you. You're too much like a basket case.
I would have rather seen the movie follow him because he ends up like, he gets tied to like a waterfall. He gets tied to the fountain. Doesn't he get like hung up somewhere? Like
he's in a field,
yeah, just she just finds him in random places.
Like he could be a good because his Valerie, I don't know. He would be an interesting character to follow throughout the whole movie. Just kind of like he just kind of stumbles upon Valerie and her weird. Let alone the fact
that
because he's the character. He's the
is he her brother or is he not her brother? Like I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel. And everybody's coming on to Valerie, which is really weird to me. Like she's really young, and maybe this is kind of like how the world acts when young women are like proceeding into womanhood, and it just seems like everybody starts like sexualizing them.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what the theme of this movie is.
Damn, that made me uncomfortable. Like
yeah.
It's just everybody, every single person in this movie is attracted to Valerie.
Yeah.
And
she's not even a vampire.
And that's
vampires.
Well, the weird thing is, like, we talk about vampires, and then there's talk about witches.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, are the virgins like part of the coven? Is their mom a witch? Is she not a witch?
Are we saying that witches and vampires are the same thing in this movie?
I don't know. It's just I don't.
This is more like Valerie in the week of questions because I just have questions for this movie.
Yeah, maybe like if I knew the book it's based on, if I knew the kind of lore that they're going with, the stories that they're adapting.
And we usually go into these movies blind, unless we've seen them before. Like RoboCop or something like that.
And it's just like it's a completely different take on vampires, which was kind of interesting, but like I never really understood what they were going for.
Yeah, I think this was like a lot of horror movies. You need rules, and you need to follow those rules. And I don't think they had rules in this, and I feel like they didn't follow them sometimes.
Well, I don't want to make it so black and white. It's like a lot of them do have quote unquote rules, and unfortunately, a lot of them have these expositional segments where they explain that stuff. I don't need all of that. I just need like to know kind of where we're going and kind of what I'm looking out for.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm looking at everything and I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, that was one. There's so many things that you could grab onto, and there was nothing for me. Just
I really like the flower with the blood on it.
Yeah.
I like that image. It's a great image.
It's so good. It's the cover of the case.
I like the waterfall with him chained to it. That was a cool little thing. Like, it's like a little waterfall, not a big one.
I like the priest's outfit. He looked like Satan, and it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, the priest, like...
Also, like the...
He comes on to the girl, and I was like, whoa, this is a really interesting statement in this movie. And then, all of a sudden, blames her, saying that she put him under a spell or something.
It's the damn youth. It's the damn youth.
And I was like, wow. There's a lot of subplots happening.
And I love, like, it's called the Constable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a goof. He was like, oh, he's like the Seventh Seal, like Death from the Seventh Seal. But he's also like Death from Bill and Ted. He's kind of wacky at times. You're just like, well, okay.
Yeah,
He's
like,
evil, but now he's like a cartoon character.
Like Richard, the Constable, Polecat, whatever you want to call him.
And he turned into a ferret. Like, what?
A polecat.
Polecat, yeah.
Yeah. And I did really enjoy that. Like, I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
I thought he was really entertaining to me. Like,
he's like the Cheshire Cat.
He just seemed
Alice in Wonderland.
He just seemed to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna screw with everybody real quick.
Yeah.
He's a very Loki like character.
Yeah.
Very mischievous.
Mischievous, yeah. Okay, so big question.
Skip. Skip. I'm saying skip.
Okay. It's tough.
No, I'm drawing a line. I'm not trying to hedge my bets anymore. This is a skip. I don't get it. Somebody, like, it needs a companion film or a documentary for me to try and watch this again that I can watch.
Or maybe someone in the comment section can explain things to us.
I need some supplementary material.
Yes.
And then maybe I'll go back and watch it.
Maybe we gotta buy it to get the supplements.
No, I'm gonna try and find them on Filmstruck, man.
You can. Because we both watched it on Filmstruck. I'll say this on the general thought of all the horror movies in Criterion, skip. There's better horror movies on Criterion, much better. This one's
Persona was way cooler.
This one's a little. It's too. I think it falls apart in the second half. Where just like, oh, everything gets weird. It just gets weirder and weirder, and it's just. It really kind of is just like, what is the point? What's the point you're trying to make?
It's like a surrealist, like experimental, like kind of horror, but
yeah, it doesn't work for me.
There's only a couple, quote unquote, scares, so it's not like a scary movie.
But it's vampires, so it's scary.
And then, like, you have to think about the concepts, but I don't know what concept they were going for. Like, having eternal life, or, just being controlled, being,
the young people
like, uber sexualized. Like, maybe those are the ideas?
The young people are full of life, and the old people are sucking it out of them. Is that what it is?
Or maybe you just need to get together with all your friends and family and just hang out in the woods.
Yes. Have a bed there.
It's the age of Aquarius. But, like, yeah, so it doesn't work for me on several levels.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't want to blame the movie, because I don't think it's the movie's fault. I just think there's a huge disconnect between me and that movie.
I feel the same way about this.
Perhaps like it's me and the culture behind it, the story behind it. I don't know, but there's a disconnect there.
Yeah. And
it just didn't work for me.
Now, when we say it just didn't work, we're saying that's not bad.
No, it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't...
It's not, I was a teenage zombie.
Like, yeah, no, that one's objectively bad. On all counts. It's admirable, but it's bad. And this one is more of like, it just
It's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, it just doesn't...
It's not your cup of joe.
It's just one of those things where... Like I said, I felt left out of the club. I feel disconnected. And it's hard to engage into that connection when you're in a surrealist movie that's just continuing to get weirder and weirder. Like, you need to get me in and keep me in at least a little bit. Like, let me understand kind of what's going on, what the stakes are,
Yes.
Instead of just hinting at everything or not even discussing it. Like, just like let me in. That my feelings towards this movie are the title of a bad U.S. remake.
It's like you stumbled
of another horror movie.
It's like you
let me in.
It's like you stumbled to a house that's having a party, but you didn't get an invitation.
Well, I mean, they would have let you in and
just
be like,
let me in. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll let you in and say like, hey man, like the drinks you can have whatever. You know,
we're not
got chips over there.
Well, we're not going to tell you what kind they are.
But this movie doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's just like you're looking through a window at a party.
Yeah. And you're like, what
it.
kind of party is it? Is it a birthday party?
That guy's coming onto that girl really hard.
Yes. And her name is Valerie. What the hell? Anyway, so that's our thoughts. Let us know in the comment section below. Please, if we're missing something, let us know in the comment section.
I think it's obvious we're missing something.
Yes.
Because we're obviously the ones in the wrong here, Wade.
Yeah.
There's no way.
People suggested this one, so I'm wondering, like, those people
100% of critics could be completely wrong.
Yeah. We don't listen to the critics. Anyway, so next week is our last Halloween episode.
That's right.
We got a big one that's coming from Japan, I believe.
Yeah.
So
probably.
we're not going to tell you. Japan is all we're going to say, so you can go through Criterion and their whole...
And then you're like, Japanese horror movies, and you start clicking through, and you're like, there's too many. There's too many to get to guess.
That makes it, now you have to guess.
What movie are these guys doing?
Yes. It's not Houseu.
We already did that one.
Yeah, that was actually the first Criterion Connection episode ever. But also the week after that is our episode 200 week. The Make This Podcast is doing episode 200. So we're having a good episode for Criterion Connection the next week. I mean, they're always, every week's a good episode, but you know. Just hyping up the train a little bit, so...
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, so subscribe so you get everything. Criterion Connection is not the only thing we're releasing the next 2 weeks. We have sound checks, and I have a Halloween short for everyone, and I have a short I've been working on for a freaking year that I can finally put up online. Mm-hmm. That'll be in the coming weeks. So there's a lot of things coming out, so please subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. Share. Tell your friends about this stuff so we have more people to share this with. And more people to tell us that we're wrong about Valerie and her Week of Wonders.
If you just tell people about that so they can come in and hate comment us,
yes,
that'd be fine too.
Yes.
I really don't care.
Yes. Yeah.
This movie took all the cares out of me.
Yeah. So until next time, we will see you later.
Goodbye.